Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Day Darling. As you can see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today, where, what did we do yesterday? Oh, no, wait, no, I didn't even play Animal Crossing yesterday. That's right, I had a pre-recorded episode, of course, because it was, we're doing something for one of my friends' birthdays. And if you saw any of that episode, well, I don't remember which episode it was, maybe 3-4 days ago, one of those two, I was setting it up in the actual video itself, and eagle-eyed viewers might have noticed some other clues scattered around my other, one of my YouTube videos, I should say, not really all of them. Let's not go over the top here. But anyway, hello everyone, and on Fawnhallow, it's 3:52 p.m. on Monday, May 30th, 2022. Kix is here. Yeah, so what we basically did, you know, I'm not going to go into like excessive details or anything because I'm sort of going to give you the overview, is we just sort of set up like an escape room, sort of like detective style adventure, I think, for that's how I describe it, for one of our friends. Which is why I'm wearing this t-shirt with a number 1 on it, because I was basically spelling out a code. One of the clues was basically a postcard from Fawnhollow, being like, hey, you know, come over in Fawnhallow. If you do, make sure to read your notice board. And if you know, and also like come and have a chat with me. I forgot what the other thing was. Oh, there's music playing in the town square, and also there was something else. Oh, yeah, we need to actually move these gyros. I don't know why we have these gyros out. I'm going to be honest. We should just put them away. So that's what we're going to slowly do. We're going to basically just sort of slowly clean up the treasure hunt detective mess we made. And yeah, I forgot, what was the other clue? That was another clue. Oh, and that was what I was going to talk about. The final clue was the fact that I was like, oh, you're on social media, you know, have a super special title. And eagle-eye viewers might have noticed that the one uploaded on the 29th or the 28th, hold on. For me, it was the midnight on the 29th. Eagle-eye viewers might have noticed that it was the Annapolis... that's not a name. That's a city or something. Anna, what's her name? Anna, whatever. The geisha. Her customization. The title for her video, instead of having an A for her name, it had a 4, because that was indeed one of the codes, of the numbers, of the digits of a code for a lock, which he had to open up. So yeah, it was a little bit of an Animal Crossing section. How overall did the event go? You know, your most supportive fighters, did he have a fun time? He did have a fun time, and you know, me and my friends had a fun time running it as well. Obviously it didn't go particularly smoothly. We're not like escape room designers or anything like that, so you know, there's going to be like bits and pieces which we didn't foresee coming. One of them being the fact that he had not played Animal Crossing for a while, so his stuff wasn't updated, but that nonetheless was still fine in the end, and not really all that big of a deal, to be honest. Because it was sort of a stage where we were just like, you know, we know you can do this and that sort of thing, and you know, it was actually quite a long one, because normally escape rooms about like an hour is normally all you get. This took about 2.5 or so hours, I would say, which you might be like, well, that's a long time, but yeah, you know, it was a thing we did a lot of planning for, of course. And my prediction for how long it was going to take was 2 hours, so you know, my prediction was not entirely off. But it was a grand old time. I'm not going to go into many further details. You know, it's like a personal event, I suppose, which happened in the end. But it was a good old time, you know, being to act like a detective for a day. You know, I talked about my experience of having Spy for a Day as a school trip, which I participated in when I was younger from my school. I don't know how many times I can say school. And often had a lot of fun with that. Although, you know, I suppose that's kind of like quite a different situation. Oh, you know what we should have done? Instead of, you know, running into a house, we probably should have just went to Harv's Island, so we could actually put all of these away en masse rather than one by one. But whatever, it was neither here nor there. And yeah, I don't know. It was a fun time, you know. It was a bit noir themed, so you know, we dressed up all as like 1920s, sort of like roaring 20s America. I don't know why America, because you know we're in the UK, but you know, that's at least very heavily from where the noir sort of style is inspired, I'd imagine. I'm not, you know, an expert in these sort of things. It was very fun, you know. I learnt to, you know, do a faux bob as my hairstyle. I was going to do the actual, you know, what's it called, like hand waves? Is that what we're called? I can't remember. Or clip waves, or whatever it's called. Because that's actually what was quite popular in the 1920s. But then I was like, you know, I don't really know how to use a hair colour. Like, I know vaguely how to use it, but I hadn't done it in practice to do anything more than just like a few very simple curls. So I was like, you know, that's a bit much for me to figure out how to do right now. So, you know, I just didn't. Instead, I just did I don't want to register, I want to shuffle. I just did a little bit of a faux bob. Which, by the way, I needed so many pins in my hair. If you don't know how long my hair is like, it goes past, I'd say it goes like to the midpoint, no, not midpoint, maybe like the top of my stomach or something. So it's quite long. So I needed quite a few hairpins in the first place to pin it up. You know, I followed this beauty YouTuber, which, by the way, it was quite a lot, and I'm very thankful because they all cover quite like a wide variety of different things. Who did a little tutorial about like accurate 1920s sort of makeup, and how it was basically at the time it was like the Egyptian craze, so a lot of the makeup stylings was inspired by, you know, Egyptian makeup or like ancient Egyptians. I don't really, you know, I'll be honest, I didn't pay that much that close attention to it, so all the details are kind of like fuzzy in my memory. But it had like very like, she used like a bluish eyeshadow, and I was like, oh, I've never tried a blue eyeshadow before, and I did it, and I was like, this looks terrible, so I like got rid of it, but I did it again, and I was like, okay, this looks a bit better. So I just stuck with it, and she was like, oh, it's very over the top, it's very sort of bold and, you know, bright out there, which is why she liked it so much. I cannot remember the video or the name, but you can probably just search it like 1920s like makeup, and you'll find it if you are so inclined or trying that sort of thing. What else was I going to say? I don't really remember. I know, it was just a fun time, you know. It's basically a lot of fun, you know, trying to come up with puzzles and I suppose sort of like riddles to sort of like creating your own escape room and that sort of thing. Because you know me, you know what I think about puzzles. I love puzzles, I love my puzzle games. I mean, I even recorded some Baba's You just earlier today. By the way, fantastic episode of Baba's You today. Like we made real good progress, and I'm not gonna lie. It's actually kind of surprising because Trickery and Baba's You, both those series I think are ending kind of soon. So actually, I just see what game am I gonna do next? So after Baba's You, Gris is what I've got next. That's so surprising. It should probably be Steven Sausage Roll. So many people have told me to play Steven Sausage Roll, and I bought it ages ago, just haven't done it. I don't know what's coming after Pie either. I want to play Here Comes Nico, but I don't even own it. I wonder if it's on sale or something. Let's see. Oh, that was a bird. I don't know if you heard it, but it was extremely loud squeaking. I was just like, what is that? I thought it was like for my Nintendo Switch controller. I was like, what happened? But it's not. It was just probably the loudest bird in existence from outside. I want to play Here Comes Nico. It seems like a very cute game. I don't even remember why I saw it before, but Here Comes Nico. It's not on sale yet, so I said I was going to wait for it to go on sale for me to actually buy it. The game suffers some issues not worth anywhere near its asking price, my word. Design and progression. The collectibles have the same task over and over again. It's a bit repetitive. Insanely short. 10 hours. That's fine. It's just expensive for what it is. If a game goes on sale, okay, you know what, fair enough. I mean, it seems like a cute, sort of like, cozy game. It's a platformer? What? It's a 3D platformer? I thought it was a story-based game, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't think Here Comes Nico should go in the stories category then. What should I play then? I don't know. I got Ghost of a Tale, Frog... Oh, I could do Frog Detective. That's quite a nice one. Nice one. Imposter Factory. Is that out? Imposter... It is out. Imposter Factory, if you don't know, it's from the people who did Two the Mutants. And utterly, like... You know... I don't really know how to describe it. It's a very story-driven game, and it's like heart-wrenching, the previous two. Imposter Factory sounds like a good one. Maybe I'll do that. Hold on. Okay. We need to start rearranging. Apparently, Here Comes Nico is a 3D platformer, so I guess this should go in the mechanical section rather than the story-based section. Okay, we can remove Pi from here because I'm, you know, actually playing Pi right now. I've got Ikami to play stories. I got Little Nightmares 2 as well, which I guess should also go in the story one, but I think I want to save that for Halloween, if we can line it up. I think I'll probably do Frog Detective 1 and 2 next. That sounds like a fun one. It sounds like a... because, yeah, the people who made Chicory also made Frog Detective, if I recall. I think we, you know... Gris isn't a puzzle game. Is Gris a puzzle game? Gris is a story game. I mean, it could be Gris. We could have Gris in between here. I think Gris is quite short. And go into Steven Sausage Roll. I'm just sort of looking. Minute which way anti-chamber paper, please. Cosmic Express. I think I have Cosmic Express. I'm sorry to do this like now, I suppose, right? In an Animal Crossing video. But what is an Animal Crossing video for if not to do the stuff I actually need to, well, not actually need to do, but to do other stuff I need to do at the same time. I think I'll do Okami after Pyre. That sounds like a fun one. Or maybe I should do a more mechanical based one because Pyre's quite story focused. Okay, let's do Tooth and Tail, which, you know, I had for ages and never actually, you know, explored any further. At some point, I wonder if I should put fighting games in here. The problem is the fighting games, the story modes aren't even that interesting. You can kind of play the fighting game for like the repeatable aspect of, you know, getting better at a fighting game. But it might be fun, I don't know. Them's Fighting Herds, you know, they announced, not announced, but they talked about the fact that they've got the fighter pass coming up to get more characters, which I'm excited for. I really like Them's Fighting Herds as a game. I think it's one of the best balances of being approachable, but also, you know, still having a good level of complexity. Because if you don't know, I've played a decent amount of Skullgirls, but Skullgirls is pretty complex. There's a lot of things going on. Not you know, just, you know, minimum fact for someone who's not very good at fighting games. In fact, they have 6 buttons in the first place, makes it very confusing. But Them's Fighting Herds is much simpler with only their 4 buttons. With one of them being a dedicated, like, special attack sort of button. It's considerably better. And I also like it, you know. It's very nostalgic by reminding me of times when I used to watch My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Back in my younger teenage years, but there's the days gone by. Okay, so Pyre, Tooth and Tail, Akami, that sounds good. And then Bad As You, followed by Steven Sausage Roll, then I guess Cosmic Express. I really do love my puzzle games. I'm almost tempted to have 2 puzzle games going on simultaneously, but, you know, people like watching me play the mechanical games at the same time, so, you know, I'm not going to take that away from y'all. Well, I'm not sure how well established Tooth and Tail is going to be, but, you know, I hope it's got a fun campaign. I don't really know what Gris is like, but Gris is at least different. Something to break up Frog Detective. I don't know how long Gris is, and I should probably look up how long these games are as well. So I can sort of decide exactly how they're going to line up, because I want them to be offset. I basically want series to end and start at different times, so I don't have to do like a rush of thumbnail arts. Like, it happened one time where like 2 of them finished very, very close to each other, and one of them finished like very soon after, I think. I can't remember what it was though. Gris, time to beat. I don't really know if it's a puzzle game or anything. 4 hours, so it's very fast. Frog Detective, time to beat. About 1 to 2 hours. Okay, so I mean, those are very simple. Oh, we got the Night Island, nice. Art styles to actually recreate. Well, actually, I'm not sure if Gris is necessarily, but his watercolor will definitely be a weird one. But Frog Detective we can obviously reuse for 1 and 2. And then Little Nightmares 2. Well, you know what? Something I'm very excited to play is We Were Here Forever. The person we did whose birthday it was is also the person I play We Were Here with. The We Were Here series with. You might be asking, is that going to go on your YouTube channel? I don't really have any intention for it to do. I mean, I might bring it up with him, and he might be like, yeah, you know, that sounds like fun. If I do upload it, I'm not going. It'll actually be a series I'll probably edit together rather than, you know, uploading its raw footage, because I feel like that's something which fits a little bit better. Yeah, but if I do that, I'd also want him to record his angle. And you know, that seems just like, that's just too much effort, isn't it? Or maybe not, I don't know. It might be an interesting thing to watch, because it would certainly be a different side of me, where rather than trying to be entertaining, I'm actually trying to solve the puzzles, I suppose. But, you know, we have a good rapport. If anything, he wouldn't be one of my... Oh, yeah, hold on, we need to hit the rocks, I forgot. He's a very good friend of mine. But yeah, We Were Here Forever. That's come out like 2 weeks ago. And it's one of my favourite game series, so I'm very excited to play that. Now that the opportunities actually come. But Frog Detective is a very short game. It's basically a short, sort of just like fun little romp, I suppose. So that would bring, you know, 4 hours, then let's say 1.5. So that's about 7 hours, I think, in total. Steven Sausage Roll is a very long game. I think Bad As You probably has about 2 more episodes left in it, and I think Druki's probably got 1 or so. No, Bad As You might have 2 or 3. Basically, it just all depends on how quickly I solve these other levels. Because if you don't know, and I'm not sure where the actual uploads of Bad As You right now have gone up to, but I'm at the stage in Bad As You where I am basically going back through previous levels, which I did not manage to solve the first time through. And the first time I did it in episodes 45 and 46, I don't know why I remember them so well off the top of my head, but it just went like atrociously badly. Like I solved 1 level in half an hour, you know, which I'm not going to say that's bad, but it's honestly not that bad, but you know. After, you know, going at such an accelerated rate, I think, in the previous ones, it started making me go like, a lot of self-doubt, I suppose. But, you know, in these recent 2 episodes, you know, spoilers, I suppose, ended up doing very well and ended up completing off like 3 or 4 worlds. So, I don't know, basically, is how many more episodes Bad As You's got, but it's very much coming to the end quite soon. But Steven Sausage Roll, I believe, is quite long. Let's see. Steven Sausage Roll time to beat, and I actually need to go on the website this time because I'm a completionist. 31 hours! I guess I shouldn't be all that surprised, because Barbara's You is like 62 hours, isn't it? No. About 100 hours. That I played it for. Main story is also 30 hours, so it's surprising. There's not much difference between completionist and main story. I guess the main story is all of it. But this is one I've been told all the time is like one of the greatest puzzle games with such a simple premise and that sort of thing. And I do intend to play it. So I guess that probably should come after Barbara's You. Cosmic Express will probably come after that. Chicory Grist. Okay, so that's about 7 hours. So that's about 14 episodes. 14 episodes, about 7 weeks. That's not going to bring to October. I need to have one more. And then maybe we could do Imposter Factory. And Ghost of a Tale. I don't even know what Ghost of a Tale is. It's a one with a mouse, but I have it, but I don't know what it is. Ghost of a Tale. Is this the one with a mouse which does sign language? Is this even a story-based game? I don't really know. I don't know when I got this. I mean, what other game could I play which could be an interesting story sort of based game? Hatful Boyfriend. I do love Hatful Boyfriend, but unfortunately I already played for it, so all the twists and turns are going to be kind of lost on me. I wonder if the developers, hold on. I wonder if they made like a sequel. Mediatonic? No, that's a publisher. Hato Moa. Most Foul Collection? What on earth is this? Oh, Murder by Numbers. Okay, what else can we play? We start at the top. 100% Orange Juice ones, not going to happen. Age of Wonders, nope. Aeon, Alien Swarm, Amnesia. Probably not going to do Amnesia. I don't find it very interesting. I think those sort of horror games, unfortunately. Oh, wait, Bastion. Yeah, we could play Bastion at some point. I put that in the mechanical thing. I don't know if Bastion is or not. Battle Right. Between Two Castles. What on earth is this? I don't know. Blaz Blue. Bloody Trapland. That could be interesting. I have Borderlands 2. Never played it. No, I have played it a few times with friends, but never got very far in it, I'll say. I'm not sure. Cuphead Darksiders. Death's Door. I still got this installed for some reason. I should probably uninstall that because it's kind of late finish. Doki Doki Literature Club and Don't Make Love. I already played those, unfortunately. Or fortunately, Dust. Yeah, well, we could play Dust. There's a very popular one in here about it. It's very old school now. I'm looking at the art. I'm like, man, this feels like very early, sort of early 2000s, doesn't it? Edge. What on earth is this? Skyrim. That could be an interesting one. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't know what Evergarden is. Is this a puzzle game? Not really sure. I feel like Imposter Factory is probably the best one. I'm gonna wait for a sale to come along, because we'll probably make our way into Summertale. The summer sale by the time this stuff is done. B series are done. And certainly Stephen's Sausage Roll is going to take us to what? 60 hours. No, sorry, 30 hours is 60 episodes, which is 30 weeks. So that, I mean, that was like half a year. so that's fine. I'm not sure about what other ones. 30. That's 30 hours. Tooth and Tail, I think I looked up it. I think it was like an 8-hour campaign or something. Kingdom Classic. I don't even know what this is. What are all these games? Which I own and have no idea what they even are. Monaco. I don't know if that would be very interesting to watch. Okami, Ori, Outlast. Oh, Oxenfree 2 came out a while ago, didn't it? Or is it coming out? I don't really remember. That could be a fun one. I suppose I could look at my itch.io page and see what other things I got. Reciteer could be an interesting one. I don't know if Rivals of Aether has a story mode. I bought this in like whatchamacallit, a Humble Bundle ages ago, I think, because I was curious of getting it, and I never played it. Too many fighting games I'd want to play if I wanted to play a fighting game. Snakebird, obviously already done that. Spiritfarer. I mean, we could check out some previous things, like Bug Fables and Spiritfarer both got content updates since, but it might be better to wait for all their content updates to come out first before I do that. This War Mine could be interesting. I don't know if I'd be any good at it. I don't remember when I got this. Thomas Was Alone, I've already played through. That was a fun game. Uncanny Valley, I don't know what this is. Walking Dead and Walking Dead Season 2. Never actually finished Walking Dead Season 2. Played and finished Walking Dead 1. Walking Dead Season 2, I was playing with it with some uni friends. We never got around to finishing it. Okay. This is where I look at my wish list. What do I have on my wish list that I want to play? Oh, Backbone. I had it. Yeah, this one's a really mixed one, but it's a very sort of like gritty LA noir style again. I guess it's like Chicken Police, but apparently not as good. But put my birthday in wrong there, though. Finding book game, disappointed to find out all the charm and multi-path approach of a prologue was lost. The writing took a nosedive. Oh my word. It was decent up to a point when it went off left field. So it's basically, it seems like they ran out of funding halfway. Okay, so maybe we should move this down. The list a little bit. Garden Story, Omori. Oh, Omori, I've heard so much about Omori. I know literally nothing about it, but I've heard it's really good, and I should play it. Pedestrian, I've heard, is a really good fun puzzle game as well. Superland. Stray. I need to go to like my Steam Discovery clue. Oh, Unpacking! I've heard so much about Unpacking. So, Filament. Someone else recommended Filament to me. Deltarune. Oh, Have a Nice Death. I didn't realise that came out already. Before Your Eyes is a cool one. I've heard about that as well. I don't know what Fueled Up is. That looks like an Overcooked sort of clone. Spookware. Why do I have Spookware in my... What? Don't listen to that music. Stop. Oh, it's very sort of like Grim Fandango-esque. It looks like I thought it was a minigame collection. It doesn't look like it. It's like a story one. But Core Keeper, I don't know what this is. I have no idea. Oh, it's a multiplayer game. That's probably why I've added it to my wish list. There's a lot of good games in here. I should really start like buying some of these, I suppose, once the things going on. This is where we get to your Steam Discovery queue and just sort of like look around things that seem interesting. Old World seems boring. Next in queue, not add to wish list. V Rising, not my sort of thing. I've seen a bit from it. Sniper Elite, definitely not my sort of thing. My Time Sandrock. What? Oh, My Time at Sandrock. Nope, not interested. Lost Ark, not gonna do. Elden Ring, not happening. Well, I mean, maybe happening. Hatsune Miku Project Diva Mega Mix. I didn't know this was on Steam, but probably not gonna be a very interesting game to play. I mean, Elden Ring I've heard a lot about. I'm not buying FIFA 22. Are you out of your mind? Stanley Parable. Okay, I'll add this to my wish list. Because I've never played Stanley Parable before, so that could be very, very interesting. Start another queue. I want to see more sort of things I want. Warlord? Yu-Gi-Oh? Plants vs Zombies. Garden Warfare 2. I don't know, I didn't really play the first one, but I've heard it's kind of fun. It's just recommending to me popular games now. Football Manager, are you out of your mind? I know I'm British, I'm not going to play it. Little Witch in the Woods. This seems cute. What is this? What is this? Is it an RPG? It's an RPG. Not recommended. Repetitive. I'll put it on my wish list. It's an early access, I'll put it on my wish list and we'll see how it goes. Poppy Playtime. I mean, I've seen so much about it, but it seems a bit boring. Cannibal Crossing. It's like a roguelite. I'm not going to play that. Monster Hunter. Chaos Gate. I don't know. Maybe I should be clicking on games which I like and being like games like this. What game am I excited to play? Unpacking seems like a nice sort of game. Okay. What sort of game? Similar to Paper Please and Stardew Valley. That was surprising. I didn't expect those to. More like a Sims? What? Wobble Dogs. One of my friends, they played with Wobble Dogs a little bit. That's very interesting. Celeste is on here, surprisingly. More like this. Upcoming releases: Slime Rancher 2. Dragon Car. Dragon Car. Or Dragon No Car. I see, I read that wrong. Or Dragon No Car. Railbound, this seems cute. A relaxing puzzle game about fixing train connections. Oh, made from Golf Peaks and Bento. Sure, I'll add this to my wish list. Any more story game? YouTuber's Life 2. Alright. Orc Massage. Alright. That's not really what I was looking for, I'm going to be honest. Let's do like Night in the Woods. Let's see games like Night in the Woods. What we got? More like this. Sea All. Horizon. Weird. Outer Wilds. Celeste, I've already played through. Oh, Hollow Knight Silk Song's not on my wish list. Add that to my wish list. I'm sure I'm not the only one waiting with bated breath for that to come out. Spirity. That seems cute. It seems like a management sort of game, but I'm not sure if that's my sort of thing. Paper Trail? Top sellers. Disco Elysium I've heard a lot about as well. Whether I'll play it or not, I don't know. Paper Trail. Cute. Very cute. What sort of games do I like? Should I do games like Chicory? I think it'd be interesting to see what sort of games I like this as well. Let's see which ones come up on every single one. I could do an Untitled Goose Game. That could be kind of fun. Add it to my wish list. Why not? Seem to be one of a few people who've never played it. I had to say goodbye. There's very sort of admin. Oh, Donut Country. Hold on. I've heard about this from somewhere. Add this to my wish list. Apparently there is a sale going on right now. Steam Racing Fest. Elder Scrolls franchise. No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky. It's got to be one of the best comeback stories in, I think, in video game history. You know, super hyped. Turned out to be terrible in release, and we've got so many updates, and now you know people love it again. Neon White's got some cool art. I don't know what on earth it is, but speedrunning FPS. That doesn't really sound like my sort of thing. I'm gonna be honest. Journey I should play at some point as well. What is this? Watam. Oh, I've seen this ages ago. It's basically this weird sort of whimsical sandbox. I'm gonna add that to my wish list anyway. Just adding a load of things to my wish list. But Unfinished Swan. Interesting. From What Remains of Edith Finch. I think we probably have enough wishes now for stars. A million miles away. 5 hours to beat the game, but a lot of it was on pause. It's art, it's a neat concept, graphics. I'm more interested to read what people didn't like. This guy's very honest. He was just like, it's not for me. Not quite a masterpiece. Alright, you know, we'll put that on hold for now. We got a lot of games we could potentially play out here. Strays on my wish list. What is this? Oh, Sayonara Wild Hearts. I forgot about that game entirely. Categories. Puzzle? Or a story rich. Let's click story rich. Oh, Inscription. The thing is, I already know what happens in Inscription because I watched someone else play through. What on earth is this game? But there's a lot of lewd games here, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say them out loud. One of my friends posted about this game, which I'm seeing right here. I think you'll immediately know it. It's got a rather controversial title, and I assume content as well. Bugsnax on here. I already played through Bugsnax, eh? Why are all these games so horny? But there's a lot of lewd games here. The Use of Life. Is it intriguing art? I don't even know what this is. I'm afraid to die. My parents' death. This feels very JRPG. It's a game. It's literally described as Use of Life as a game book style multi-ending JRPG. D&D with a warrior bunny. Okay, you can either choose to be emo or edgy. I'll add it to my wish list. You sold me on that. What sort of puzzle games I got? So it's, I thought I was going to end up talking about, you know, the detective stuff that I did yesterday. Instead, what I'm talking about is video games to wish list, I suppose. What about top sellers? I suppose Outer Wild counts as a puzzle game, to be honest. And probably Playtime is a puzzle game? Weird. Escape Simulator? Inscription? I don't know, because I already know what happens in Inscription. Oh, Tunic. I've seen this game about. I'm going to put it on my wish list. It's a very cute style, and that alone is enough for me to do it. Strange Horticulture. A cult puzzle game which you play as a proprietor of a local plant store. Pet your cat, speak to a covenant, or join a cult. Weird. I was going to be like, wow, one of my friends, they would probably love this game. They already got added it to their wish list. I'm not sure if this is exactly my style of game. It's a reading based. Okay, it's a lore based game. Okay, I'll add it to my wish list. It's got a lot of reading. That seems like my sort of thing. If it's got a puzzle tag, I'm at least somewhat interested. Superliminal, I've heard about. 12 minutes? That was a really popular one a while back, wasn't it? Danganronpa. Heavenly Bodies. I'm just not sure what to play. There's a lot of good games out there. You know, whenever I run into a point where I'm just like, I'm not sure what series to play, I think I'll just do like a fighting game or something. And just learn how to play one of those fighting games eventually. Cat fishing. What on earth? Fishing cat. I caused the extinction of an entire species. There's a cat that goes fishing. Alright, I don't know. Apparently people like this. It's a cheap game, so why not? Kindergarten 2, Inside. I've heard good things about Inside as well. Into Breach, One Shot. I should have a look. Hold on. Let's have a look at my itch.io. Oh, that was like someone who actually watches my stuff actually told me that they made a game on itch.io and was like, if you give it a chance, it would be more than appreciated. I was like, oh yeah, of course I'll play it. You know, I'll do it when I start streaming. Look at me, never streaming. So that's never come to pass quite yet. Someday that will happen. My purchases bundles. A bundle for racial justice and inequality. That's the one I bought ages ago. What other games do I got in here? So what else do you got? Mortician's Tale. Beacon. Mortician's Tale I heard a bit about as well. Hex Kit. Mid boss. Oh, Minute. Oh, we got it. Oh, let's put Minute down in the puzzle section. Oh, it's already down. All right. Fair enough. Which way's down? As well. Loot Rascals. Changeling. I know there's a lot of stuff in here. Anyway, I suppose if you got your own recommendations, definitely, you know, put them in the comments, and you know, I might be like, oh, you know, maybe I'll check it out, and then possibly not check it out, I suppose, depending how things go. But either way, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Join me Dear Darling Discord, follow me on Twitter down below. Hope we can see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.